Okay, I'll take you a little bit of a tour and give you a little bit of history of this property we bought.
Good morning, friends.
Say good morning.
Hi, good morning.
We're going to give you a little insight into the
Yeah.
property. When did we buy this? What year?
2013, I think. Wow, look at that.
13 or 11?
Yeah, look. Start to have a leaf.
Is that a mango tree?
Yes.
Another mango tree. Here's the person that planted it.
Anyway, hi guys.
We bought this land in 2011. It was just a block of land that dropped off the road and down into a rice paddock like that. So where we sit here, all this has been backfilled. We've brought in truckloads of dirt from this corner all the way up to that top corner up there, all the way through here.
Yeah, it's probably about 400 or 500 truckloads.
About 400 or 500 truckloads of dirt, I suppose. But dirt over here is pretty cheap. You can get a truckload of dirt. These guys come in about 210 baht. About 210 baht a truckload of dirt. And this is good quality soil too we put in here, not just full of clay and stuff. I made sure that wasn't going to happen. So that's about $10 a truckload of dirt getting delivered here. That's excavated out of the ground from a paddock out there somewhere and brought in here, delivered, and then there's a guy in here with a tractor with a blade on it, and he's leveling the whole thing out. We did this a few times over a couple of years to let it compact down, settle down, before we actually built the house on it. So there was no movement in the house, but there was never ever going to be any movement in the house because each of those piers there you can see holding that front veranda up is about 250 by 250, and it's sunk into the ground 1.8 meters onto a 1 square meter pad, 1.8 meters underground there. And that footing up to those piers there, that small white wall where you step up the steps there, that's about 800. We'll start off at 800 below the concrete by about 250 wide with 13mm Rio bar in it. So if there's ever a nuclear fallout, this is going to be like that arch in Japan, be the last thing standing. So heavy duty. I don't know why, but anyway, I'm happy with that. Didn't cost too much more. You coming up here, Dale? There's the lady inspired all this and pushed me to get it all going.
So we got the guava tree over here as well. We start stab it now.
Yeah, we've got trees, guava, a couple of guava trees.
Lychee.
Oh, the front fence. The front fence is, that white fence is 53 meters long. And all up to the top up here. So the front boundary of this part of it is 53 meters. And there goes one of the locals up the road with his trusty dog right behind him, keeping up pace with that motorbike. He's doing about 40 kilometres an hour. They're faster than greyhounds over here, these dogs. But anyway, this is the top gate. This one's not automated. You've got to get out, sort of push this one open. No problem, but pretty easy. Whoop, look over there.
Look at that.
Looks like a good bit of rain coming, but anyway.
Rain coming. Look, oh wow. It's all the mango tree is started.
Another mango tree up in the corner here. This is the top fence, represents the boundary just on the other side of that. That's just to sort of separate the two properties and keep the dogs and that out. The brother-in-law's built all this and organised all this, and he's done quite a good job. That's ring lock there, that fencing. It's quite good actually. Not too many people use it around here except me by the looks of it. But anyway, it keeps the cows and any other unwanted visitors out of here. And this block up here, we're going to put some, I don't know, Airbnbs on here, or 3 or 4 small renter properties they got around here. The rooms that they rent out to people. And they're pretty popular. People, I didn't think they would, but they sit in these 1-bedroom places and little carport and that and little thing. But anyway, now you want to see a bit more of me, I know. You got to see the vlogger. There's my vlogger there. Now we'll go down here, walk down this boundary and have a bit of a look. So yeah, if we never need to separate this, we can put a fence across here to over there. I'll run into it. That's my new pump shed over there. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'll put a new pump shed in.
Look, it's all the new mango tree.
Bamboo, one thing, there's no shortage of bamboo here, and they double up as scaffolding, painting poles, everything. What's going on here? Yeah, sorry, the video
Stop and restart it.
might have been a bit humid out here for the old video, but it's going still though, I think. Yeah, still running. Yeah, so bamboo, there's nothing you can't do with bamboo over here. Scaffolding, ladders, painting poles, extensions for your painting pole. I worked that out pretty quick. These trees we put in, Christ only knows what they are. That looks like a mango tree. I'm getting pretty good with that sort of stuff. I think dumping the building rubbish is there, so I've got to get that taken away. And here's the back part to this block. I'm going to put a gate across here too. Keep everything else out.
Look at the trees that grown. Look
Those trees are on the boundary line down there also. That's the neighbours next door. That's how rice goes out the back out there. Trees over there around the dam. There's the burn pit. There's the house and new shed over there. A lot of construction stuff still here laying around, which we need to move and get rid of and clean and tidy up. But that'll probably be on the when we get back next trip. When we come back here for a bit of a holiday. Going to come back for an extended holiday and see how we go with all this. Beautiful, isn't it? Have a look. Mickey Mouse around here.
Look at the mango tree. I mean
But anyway, we'll see how this vid goes because I don't have the microphone on, the DJI microphones. What do you got here? I'm going to be up close to talk to you.
banana tree.
Banana trees. There's plenty of bananas when these things go off. They're not bad either. They're quite sweet. They're good bananas. There's the pump shed over here. There's a tree that snapped, broke off to nothing, is growing again. Ground here needs levelling out again here. They dropped off the dirt and everything else to push into under that slab in this place here. This is the new shed over the water tanks, because the sun comes directly over from the east there. You see up there, comes straight over the top of this and sets over there behind Ult's place and his friend over the back there. So I just wanted the tanks out of the sun, the UV and everything else, just to give it a bit of protection. A couple of days ago, Guka, the electrician, come plumber, he's rediverted my bore water line down the back of fence here, across here and up into the tank. But I'm going to run gutters. I haven't got any gutters on the place yet here. I'm going to run gutters and run fresh rainwater in a tank, so I think I'll sit down here and pump up from these bottom into these top tanks here. The bore that pumps this up sits on is solar. It's an AC/DC pump, so you can run it on AC or the solar, whichever switch you want to throw over and run it for the day and time it. And that's the pump room there they put built into this. You know, these guys are just rice farmers. They haven't done a bad job actually, I must admit. The value we've paid for this, you know, construction material over here, you know, is a little bit cheap with some stuff, but it's still on the, you know, steel is still expensive because they get it out of China. About the only difference between here and Australia is probably the freight cost. But apart from that, no, they've done a good job here. I'm pretty happy with what we got here. Goes in there, up into the room. We'll go and have a look in the room, hey dear, the pump room. Like I said, there's scaffolding here. There's a bit of stuff here we've got to clean up and sort out here, and we'll fix all this up. There's the other bore. That's the garden bore. That works well. There's a pump in there. There's the original bore that we sunk for $500 in the paddock. We'll show you a picture of that later. Here's the pump room. Here's my new pump. My new wave inverter pump. Got an inverter pump put in, along with carbon filter, an iron resin, and just a turbidity filter there. And that other big filter beside it is a charcoal paper, and it's also got silver in it to take out any bacteria that goes through there. A Stiebel Eltron filter inside the cartridge. They're worth about $100 Australian, but I'll tell you, they're well worth it. This is some of the electrical work Lucar's done. Have a look at this. Not in Australia.
Oh, look, lizard.
There's a lizard inside the light. These are really that much. Anyway, this is not too bad. Now, there's a bunch of rice farms that built this place. Pretty happy with that. There's the gutter. Here's me workshop. Come storage shed. I can get a car in there too, a vehicle. I'm going to put my mower. And there's the beautiful mower rider there. Have a look at her. There's my lawnmower there at the moment. You're going to see I've got to chop the lawn here because this is all under construction. Painting. It's looking pretty reasonable at the moment. And this is the place here. There's my backstretcher machine. I got one of these in Australia. Those things are the best things in sliced bread, let me tell you. Every man with a crook back should have one of those things. They are great. The only thing's fixed my back, so we got one over here, pretty cheap. There's the door to the guest room. At the moment, it's not in. It's got the hinges on, but it's not bolted up or screwed up. It's just they've got a brace across the other side, just straighten a bit. A slight bit of warp in it. So what you do over here, because it's so humid outside, and it was warped to this way, the bow's facing me, the damp side you put out, and because it's dry inside, we run the air conditioning for a while, and unwarps itself. Great idea. Didn't know that, but anyway. Come down here. There's the air conditioning for the bedroom or the guest room, what else you want to call it. Mitsubishi Heavy Industry inverter. Great units, these Mitsubishi things, I'm telling you. These things here have been on here for 5 years, and we come here, we turn them on, and then they run until the day we leave.
Hello.
Mitsubishi Electric. There goes the trusty guard dog. Look at him. He's off down the gate, make sure nothing's coming this way. He's just come back from a lap, checking the place out. A bit of a mess around here, but got the four-wheel drive in the carport. Motorbike. Oops, motorbike. Left that here. We'll walk down towards the back and have a bit of a look, eh?
Yeah, over here. Outdoor kitchen.
This is going to be the outdoor kitchen area. Have a look at this. Beautiful, isn't it? This is where everyone's going to entertain in here. Well, we're going to have a kitchen. They like to all sit outdoors around here. Anyway, let's have a look inside. We're going to put a kitchen in that area over there, sort of L-shaped kitchen, and a bench out here. And the fridge will go over in that corner. TV up on the wall there. There's the TV connection. Some power points. 3 power points in, they think of it. Doubles down there. Doubles down there. There's the door out to the back with a bit of a view out through the rice.
I'll leave the door open a little bit, get this
just leave the doors
some
open.
new smell, because
It's all new at the moment. You've got a paint smell. And
during the day it's quite nice anyway, so if you turn the aircon on, we shut it.
Yeah.
Oh, that one is only that much, is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got a bump stop at the back.
Cool.
Anyway.
Looks like gonna rain today anyway.
Yeah, it does look like it's going to rain today. Could be one of those days.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's the hammock. Have a look at these trees. This thing was hardly here when we started building this place. I mean, this first place, I didn't even think it was here. I think this tree here was here. This bears fruit. So that's why we only come out this far. We didn't want to chop these trees down or anything, because I'm a nature person myself. I like to conserve the nature. So I said, well, let's leave those trees there, didn't I, Dale? Yeah. And this is looking from the other end, back up to the pump shed and that back there. There's a diverted bore water line coming all the way around, under the step there, around the corner, and into the second bore. Now this bore here, it goes down, the casing with the recesses in it goes down, I think, about 50 something meters, or 48 meters. About 48 meters, I think. and the bore itself, which is a hand Duro AC/DC one, the pump sits at about 41 metres. So we've got about 7 metres of pipe below that for the water to come in. So what's going on here with this thing? Anyway, still here. What does that say? Oh, that's working again now. So yeah, the pump itself sits at about 41 metres, and the water we get there, we can pump. It's a 1.5 horsepower pump, and that pumps all day, no problem. The water keeps coming in. The other small bore we got up there with a 1 horsepower pump, that'll pump, but you go to 1.5 horsepower, it doesn't recover the water as quick, and you start getting air through the system. So we scaled that back to a 1 horsepower pump and brought the pipe size down. It runs all day too now, but that we haven't used that for a while. So once we use that a bit more, that'll get a bit better. But to put that first bore down, like I said, that was about 500 Australian dollars back then. That was not long after we bought the block of land, and we did the first fill of dirt in here to build it all up. And to give you some idea on how much dirt we built up here, you'll see from the back of the wall here down to the ground, and then from the ground, that's all been backfilled against this wall to sort of prop it up down to the rice. There's about a 2.3 to 2.5 metre height difference. So if you work out the volume, 53 metres long by about 35 or something down to these corners here.
40 maybe.
35, a bit more. There's a fair bit of dirt coming here and compacted down over the years. And we even pushed it further out when we put this building here in. But yeah, it's looking pretty good at the moment. So like we said, we're at lock-up stage. We've got a bit of work to do here. Put a step out here and everything else. Then we're going to put a deck out here, because that concrete's running off at a pretty sharp angle down there. The idea is you've got to have a bit of fall on your concrete here, because when the rain comes down here. You know, what Queensland sees in a day, we see in an hour here. So you've got to get your water away really quick. So what we do above this, that's why this sort of stepped up, we're going to have a deck coming square off from the over here near the door out to the edge here where these gutters are, and we'll have a nice deck here. And they even suggest that they make a coffee shop here. People can come down the side entrance here. We've got another gate up there. They can come and park down here. We'll make a car park here. They can come and have a coffee, and I'll teach them about Australia, Australian culture, and how the Australian culture works, and how we mix Australian culture with Thai culture, and the ever-changing face of the Thai farmer. Have a look at that. What a picture of beauty you are, darling.
Oh, look at A over there.
Neighbour over the back there, I've just been told. Oh yeah, he's out there doing something with his rice. I don't know if it was A or his brother, but anyway, the rice is looking pretty good. Anyway, I'll tack onto a bit more of this. Actually, you can come and have a look at the guest room. You walk along the wall here at the moment, because I haven't got a deck. There's a deck coming out here also. The deck's going to come off both the kitchen area and out here, over the rice part here. They'll be able to come out here and sit down and relax in the evening, watch the sunset and have a beer. This is the guest room at the moment. We're still under construction. There's the door braced across there. Air conditioner up on the wall. Ensuite over there. The ensuite hasn't been done yet. The concrete's in, the drainage is in, the power and everything's in, the exhaust fan's in. The roof's been painted, but the tiles only turned up on Saturday, so they're going to probably start that this week. The brother-in-law's going to do that. And he's pretty good at doing the tiling, actually. He's not too bad. He had to come and teach these guys how to lay these tiles. Otherwise we're going to end up with a goat track in there. We're going to be real good. Anyway, I'll sign off for now. There's the other way into the kitchen. And through the other door there. Air conditioning. And out here. So yeah. We'll sign off for now. We'll tack on to the end of this and give you a bit more. We'll let Nee edit out what we don't need and what we do need. So darling, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon, guys.
Okay. Stop recording.